The strongest businesses are built on customers that keep coming back. Okay, let that sink in. And why? Because money keeps on coming back. Things are always predictable, and predictable growth is much easier to scale than chasing new clients. Okay, so like I said in this title of the video, reoccurring customers are number one. Okay, when I look at anybody that's succeeding with Booking Koala amongst new entrepreneurs, it's the ones that focus on reoccurring business models. Okay, and long term, this helps you as well, and it makes business easier. So if I had to say, what is the number one thing when you're starting? What do you need to do in order to make sure that you're successful and you have the highest chance of success? Reoccurring business model, something like barbers, home cleaning, mobile car detailing, pressure washing, poop scooping, anything along those lines, because the customers want you back every single week, every month, every 2 months, and so on. And why does this matter? Because when you first start out and this is, let's say, your very first business, you have no idea about anything. Most people will read information, focus on paid advertisement, focusing on more and more clients, but in reality, they should be focusing on anything that will go ahead and allow them to stack reoccurring clients. Okay, so, and it doesn't have to be paid, it doesn't have to be fast. Focus on your first 5 clients, then 10, then 25, and then you'll always have money coming in every single month. Super important, because it is very easy to blow through a budget. I've seen countless amount of companies start with $5,000, $10,000, and then all of a sudden go to zero and scramble, have no idea how to get back up and find new customers. Okay, and that's the problem when you first start and go into those industries where you have one-time customers only, and there's nothing to come back the next month or the next visit. Okay, it's essentially like having to start over every single month when you have one-time customers. It's a huge difference when you have reoccurring customers. When you take my businesses, for example, majority of the growth that happens is reoccurring clients, word of mouth, and branding. We could shut off all marketing, all advertisement, and still keep on growing in terms of Booking Koala, or at least staying flat in terms of my service business. That is extremely, extremely important. And for my service business, actually, the last couple of years, 5 or 6 years, we barely spend any money on marketing. Okay, and how does that happen? You acquire a lot of customers, a lot of reoccurring customers, you take care of them, and that's it. You don't need to chase new ones unless you want to continue to grow. So that is why it's so important to focus on reoccurring customers. Take it a little bit further. Let's say one day you want to sell your business down the line. Why are reoccurring customers important here? Because it's going to allow you to sell the business for a higher price. When somebody, and I actually have true story, I know someone who's a dear friend of mine who actually bought a business and from another Booking Koala user that was selling on the community, and he would have never bought that business in the first place if it didn't say that they have 80% reoccurring customers. Okay, if it was somewhere like 20 to 30, I would have told him myself, don't buy that business. But the moment I saw 80% reoccurring, healthy, steady, long term, meaning that that's another thing that's important. You don't want to just look at something like, okay, reoccurring, but how long? One month, 2 months? If it's reoccurring clients that have been, majority of them have been with the company for 1, 2, 3 years, that speaks volume. If it was the other way, I would have been like, hey, don't buy the business. So as you can see from this example, reoccurring customers make a huge difference in many different ways, whether you're starting as a brand new entrepreneur or later you're trying to exit down the line.